So Lost at Sea has kind of been around for well over 2 years now. I came up with the first riffs before even joining the band. I was always just sort of writing different riffs and coming up with shit. And I came up with the first riff and the main riff first, and then it just kind of sat in the toe for ages.
All I remember is coming in and trying to learn how to play the riff, and it took me a whole week. It still is really awkward to play. Getting in the studio, sure, there is outtakes of me just playing it in the wrong key.
From a drumming standpoint, it's probably the song that matches the actual guitar riff the most. I mean, me as a drummer, I like matching, the drum patterns with the rhythms of what the guitar and or bass is doing, and I think this song sort of exemplifies that the most.
Lyrically, it kind of fits in thematically with the end of Attrition. There's a lot of the same sort of, the song's called Lost at Sea, and there's sort of stuff about boats in, setting sail to sea, as it were, and the end of Attrition. So the two songs, I don't really know why I like to do this, but I like to connect my songs lyrically where appropriate, just for my own kind of gratification. So that's where the main sort of vibe of being Lost at Sea came from. In terms of melodies and lyrics, again, I'd always had the first line of the chorus and the vocal melody that came with that. I'd always had that sitting there before I'd started to write the lyrics for the entire song. So that was a good starting point for me. We'd worked on the intro and basically the main bulk of the song, and we were in practice, and we decided, I can't remember why we decided this, but we decided to just kind of drop out and change it entirely and go pretty much totally clean. And that was the way it was going to be for a bit. I can't really remember how that part went, but what I do remember is the week after, the day before we were due to go into practice, I was just sitting in my room fucking about in the guitar, and I came up with that bridge riff. The entire bridge section actually, with the heavier riff and then the higher riff. And I just kind of fucked about with that for a wee while, and then sent it to the group chat, and everyone was like, yeah, we'll try that tomorrow.
The hardest part was the bridge. Definitely the bridge was the hardest part. Having it's just kind of gallopy, but not really gallopy. It's just weird with the way it moves strings, and then the higher part. Nick Craig's not basically not mad. It's loose screws.
I was sitting there in practice, fucking about in the bass, and I came up with these chords. I'd kind of played these chords by accident in the bass, but I was all, what if we tried this? And I didn't actually expect it to work, but it did. We did get some shit in the studio from Josh for deciding to play chords in the bass, but I think it sounds good, and I'm a big fan of the solo as well. So yeah, Lost at Sea is my child, my darling, and I'm very, very happy with how.
The one part I don't know if I'm proud of or not, or 100% there with, is the solo a lot. Because every time I play the gig, the solo changes every time. The only thing that stays the same is the first couple notes. There's a couple of structural bits to stay in, but every time it's always improvised. Easter egg for anyone watching this, so if you go watch the Lost video, which I've only just saw once, the footage of me playing the solo is not the same take that's in the song.
Close enough.
It's close enough. Close enough, it works. But some, you can just see me playing some notes that just aren't there. Yeah, that's a little Easter egg for everyone to try and poke at.
I think Lost at Sea is probably the fan favourite. We get a lot of people asking for Lost at Sea, and they said that's their favourite song, so it's good to hear sort of fan feedback as well. And I've had many people say that they're looking forward to hearing it, and you'll probably enjoy it.